our audience is mostly older. But we are starting to have younger women listen to us, and some of them are about to, embark on pregnancy. But regardless of age, what are things we can do to keep our bladders healthy, our pelvic floor healthy? What are some things we should be doing now?
It's a great question. And even though maybe a lot of the listeners are, our age, a little bit older, they still have probably daughters that they can give the advice to.
Yeah.
So it's good to, it's interesting. In many countries, it is standard either before or right after delivery to start doing like pelvic muscle exercises, what people often refer to as Kegel exercises.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time, so back to Ellen, your hernia, although a general surgeon typically fixes ones in the groin, when you have a falling bladder or a falling uterus, that is a hernia. A hernia is anything that just bulges where it's not supposed to be. The problem is by the time the hernia bulges, it's connective tissue that has stretched, and you can't
Yeah.
really do too much about that. So the best thing you can do is prevent that, which is, after you've had the baby or before, start doing your pelvic exercises because like any sports injury, if you're in shape before you have the injury, you bounce back a little bit easier. Even these days when you have an ACL repair, the kind of normal thing now is pre-physical therapy, like before surgery, you actually start, getting those ligaments and muscles, in shape so that you can recover faster. The other thing is just things in your general health, things like obesity, more pressure on the pelvis, aggravates any hernia, aggravates prolapse, aggravates incontinence. But aside from, avoiding vaginal birth, which I think everyone should have if they want to, then the best thing you can do is exercising your pelvic floor, either before you have children or even if you don't have children, because we can still get weak muscles, although it is unusual to have prolapse or falling organs without a vaginal birth. Some people that have connective tissue disorders, like those people who are super flexible, they can still sometimes develop prolapse even in the absence of having a vaginal birth.
Oh,
Or people who
I'm
do.
so glad I never pursued yoga for that reason. At least I've got being
You have
completely
pursued yoga. What
well,
are you
I
talking
pursue
about?
yoga on a very mild level, but I think
Like
this is
curled up in fetal position yoga.
yes, child's pose, my
Right,
favorite. But I mean, this is one time where I feel proud of my inflexibility. So
well, that's good. That means
hopefully
your tissues
that'll
aren't going to anytime soon.
So